Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and I was always told I had a voice radio, so today we're going to be looking at a really unusual rogue deck for the expanded format that somebody played against me on my stream the other day, and I thought, this is awesome, we need to make a video about it. Now, I am going to upload that game so you can see the deck in action, figure out his deck list. However, this video today, for the moment, is just talking about the particular deck. And what I love is, it is a deck that is built around Doublade. And that is not something we see very often. In fact, I have made over 1,000 videos about the Pokemon trading card game. Don't know whether that's something to be proud of or embarrassed about. We'll figure that one out later. And none of them have had Doublade as the actual focus. And given that Edgeslash has just been confirmed as a playable character in the upcoming expansion for the Pokken Tournament DX game on the Nintendo Switch, I think this is a pretty gosh darn good time to talk about Doublade. So the one we are talking about, and there aren't many of these that have been released, is the one from Primal Clash, and we're looking at the attack here, False Swipe. Flip a coin. If heads, put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10. You put your opponent down instantly to just having 10 HP remaining. Now, first of all, some of you might be thinking, hang on a second, Ross, we've seen this before, but you've seen it on Raticate Break. Here's the thing. Raticate Break is essentially a Stage 2, with it being a break Pokemon, but it's the worst kind of Stage 2 because it's a Stage 2 for whom you cannot use rare candy. That's not a good thing. We don't like this at all. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a lot of fun. But Doublade, Stage 1, double colorless energy, which means just a single energy attachment, and you are off and rolling. Though, of course, you're only off and rolling if you can flip ahead. You see, this is why Doublade has not seen a lot of love so far, because it's on a coin flip. Well, the good news is we've got something to deal with that now since Guardians Rising came out. We have got the Victini from Guardians Rising that allows you to reflip, and it gives you a 75% chance of being able to put your opponent down to 10 HP remaining. Yeah. Much, much better now. Having said that, you've still got a 1 in 4 chance of not getting the heads, which means that 1 in 4 turns you won't get a KO. But that should be pretty manageable because you've got a Stage 1 for a single energy, which means it's not taking that much investment to get it rolling, and you're only giving up a single prize here, so it's really not that bad. You will miss the odd turn, but it's not like Eradicate Break where you've had to have 2 manual evolutions, and I think there is an exceptionally strong argument here that 1 manual evolution and getting it 75% of the time is better than 2 manual evolutions and always getting it, because actually, you're not always going to get it, because you're not always going to get the 2 manual evolutions. So you use Doublade, you use Victini, and in 3/4 of your turns, your opponent is going to have 10 HP remaining when it gets to the end of your turn. But that's not really what you want. You want to KO them. Well, good news. We've got 2 options. Firstly, we've got the Ariados. And Ariados is good. Ariados is every single turn you poison both active Pokemon. Now, of course, the big downside with Ariados, you poison both active Pokemon. Plus, it's another Stage 1 that you do have to get out. Bit of an issue, but that's okay. Having the guaranteed poison is really good, and even if you miss with the Doublade, you've still got the poison rolling, so you've still got some damage that's going on there. It's just that you've got to actually get it evolved, and when you're rushing to evolve your Doublade, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. It can work. But we don't want to rely on Ariados here, so what we do is we also play Hypnotoxic Laser. That brilliant item card, remember we are in the expanded format, that says your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Flip a coin. If heads, they are asleep as well. Now the sleep here is basically irrelevant, but not always. Because see, you need the poison to get the KO, assuming you flip a heads with Doublade. But what's really cool here is, if you flip a tails on Doublade so they're not KO'd, you may have hit a heads on Hypnotoxic Laser, meaning that they might actually be asleep, So Hypnotoxic Laser gives you an option for disruption even on the turns where you don't get the KO. Now, Doublade only has 80 HP, it's going to get KO'd very easily. I don't want to spoil the fun, you can watch the game when I upload it in a little bit. But when I played against this deck, I played against it with Buzzwole. And the thing is, doing 80 damage with Buzzwole, not the most difficult thing in the world, especially because you do 30 damage to a bench turn edge, and then you're only actually needing to do 50, which means a strong energy or a muscle band, and you get an easy KO. That's not a problem. The thing is, I can one-hit KO, essentially, Doublades all game long, but if they're one-hit KOing my 2-prize Buzzwole, it's going to be an absolute massacre. This game is not going to go well. I am going to lose because I'm trading 2 prizes for 1, and not in a good way. That is why Doublade is so gosh darned good here. You're taking out EXs and GXs for 2 prizes, while they take you out for 1, and I know that your Doublade is going to go down every turn. It is almost certainly going to go down every turn. It's got very low HP. But the thing is, you only need to just evolve a stage 1 and add a double colourless every turn. This is absolutely doable. And to be honest, other than flipping heads, which is not something you can rely on, the only real challenge with this deck is having an Ariados on the bench and then having a Doublade ready to go every single turn. It's only a stage 1, but it does need a double colourless. You can only play 4 in your deck. Now, there are certain cards which help with this. Special Charge is absolutely crucial to recover them as you go along. Energy Lotto is a decent pick because it helps you to find them. I should also mention that being expanded, we need an ace spec here, and there is no, ooh, what ace spec do I play? No, you play computer search. It is absolutely a computer search kind of deck. Then, of course, you can play stuff like Professor Sycamore and really dig through your deck, and you can do so far more easily because you've got Versus Seeker, you've got access to Shame in here, being expanded, as well as Tapu Lele just to get your supporter cards, and actually those double colourless are not the hardest things to get. Although I should here give a shout out to Puzzle of Time, which I think is definitely something you want to be playing in this deck. Because with Puzzle of Time, you get to play 2 at the same time, and then you just search your discard pile for 2 cards, put them into your hand. Maybe it's that Hypnotoxic Laser to finish off the combo. Maybe it's that double colourless because, as I've said, you can only play 4 and you need 1 every single turn, and you're going to need 6 during this game. Your opponent is basically going to KO 6 Doublade, and it's going to be over. That's how you lose this game. Or more realistically, 4 Doublade and a GX support Pokemon on your bench. But other than that, you're going to need your double colourless because you can expect a Doublade to go out at every turn. When you know you're losing it every turn, double colourless to get yourself rolling again is crucial. And I shouldn't need to say this, but I'll say it anyway, as is Rescue Stretcher. You're not playing any basic energy in this deck. You are only playing 4 double colourless. Super Rod is pointless, but Rescue Stretcher becomes really, really good. And I might even suggest here maybe playing a Zoroark or 2. Now, the downside of playing Zoroark is it's sitting on your bench ready to be KO'd, maybe brought in the active by a Guzma, or even a Lycanroc. And Lycanroc is seeing a lot of play in Expanded, and it's got an ability which will pull him up from the bench. But, like I've said, this is a combo-based deck. You need to combo every turn. You need a new Doublade and a new double colourless every single turn. Even if your Doublade doesn't get KO'd, that means you've got a spare Doublade with a spare double colourless on the bench. That's pretty nice. Although look out for special energy hate. Enhanced Hammer's seeing a lot of play in Expanded. If you think your opponent is playing Enhanced Hammer, do not put a double colourless on the field until you want to use it, or else you're likely to use it and have to search another one, which actually makes your job more difficult, not easier. So Zoroark GX, yeah, it's a bit of a liability, but it helps you get the combo. Trade, discard a card from your hand, draw 2, then you're more likely to draw into what you need, especially with something like Puzzle of Time, where you do need to be having 1 in your hand and then drawing extra cards. If you shuffle your hand in, well, then you need to draw 2 Puzzle of Time. If you play a Sycamore, then you lose the Puzzle of Time in your hand. What you really want to do is keep Puzzle of Time in your hand while drawing extra cards to draw the second Puzzle of Time. So as much of a liability as it is, I think it is great draw power in this particular deck, and I think it could be super, super useful. But the main combo here is very simple. Doublade, double colourless energy, Victini, and either an Ariados or a Hypnotoxic Laser. This is kind of like Raticate, but it's easier to get going. It's easier to get rolling. Biggest problem? It's on a coin flip. Victini will help you, but it won't always help you. But given that this weekend is Dallas Regional Championships, given that I am going out to Dallas Regional Championships, I want to celebrate all things expanded, and you know what? This is a deck worth celebrating and expanded. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is viable? Is this your kind of deck? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And don't be worried, because very soon I'm going to upload a video where you can see this deck in action. It's going to be lots of fun. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWossy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and so on, you can do so by going to patreon.com/PTCGRadio and check out my video game channel, Wossy Plays, for some video game action. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.